remember a year ago we set up animated pumpkins and you use a projector to create the illusion and tell jokes and play music, and they're a lot of fun. It's also a total pain to set up for every single night because you have to take the projector out there, set it up, point it at the pumpkins. I wanted a way to be able to just leave the projector out there without the rain and dew ruining it. But first, a quick visit to Disneyland for some inspiration. Around this time of year, they do a cool overlay at Disneyland. They really go all out on their Haunted Mansion, so that was fun and very much on theme. This helped me get some great ideas on what I want to do to cover my projector. What we're going with is a coffin, and not just any coffin, but a really weathered toe pincher style coffin. And I had just the perfect wood to accomplish this. Funny enough, last year I was helping clean up at a Halloween party. I saw pallets that were being thrown in the dumpster. I grabbed 3 of them, loaded them up in my car, and brought them home. I have been aging them in the background. Okay, I've just left them in the background and actually haven't done anything with them. But this is the perfect project that I can use them on. So we're gonna take those and we're going to make this coffin out of those. This is hands down way harder than I thought it was going to be to reclaim these pallets. I successfully took one of them apart. It was a total pain. I was hot, I was sweaty, I was tired, I felt like quitting, and this whole reclaimed wood idea didn't seem like such a great idea after all. The wood kept breaking. I used a crowbar, I cut ends off. It was just basically ruining all this really great pallet wood, and it was really hard to do. And I still had 2 crates to go. So I dug deep, and I pulled out YouTube and I looked for some ideas, and I quickly found one. You just take a board and put it underneath the pallet, prop it up on a couple of other boards, and then you can hit down on the pallet bracing. It cleanly lifts that board up. So it's a great way to do it. It preserves the full length of the board. It really reduces the tear out from the nails. So I highly recommend. It's super cheap. I just grabbed some scraps from my shop and easily knocked these boards off. So highly recommend it. I'd say the other challenge here was creating the angles for this toe pincher coffin. I probably should have sat down and looked at a design. There were some online. I just kind of roughly measured the ratio of my shoulders and my feet and just custom designed it. I think it would have been a lot easier had I really settled on all my angles and put that together. So it just added a little time in the building. I think the product still turned out great. Unfortunately, instead of clamping my project down like a normal person, I decided to just grab the circular saw and try cutting off this board. And as you can see, I run the circular saw right into my workbench. Sad, but it's okay. I'll grab a little wood putty, I'll fill it in later. Clamp your stuff down before using your circular saw.
This is actually way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Drilled a simple hole which I can connect the power into, and also a plug that will go out to a speaker that sits behind the pumpkins. Fun project. My design was put to the test because we had a heavy downpour. The projector was 100% fun. It definitely took more work to grab pallet wood than new wood, but overall I wouldn't have changed a thing. This was a lot of fun to do, and these rough aged pieces of wood worked great for the coffin. I'll leave them outside even after Halloween so that they'll age up a little bit more where I have new cuts on them.
We have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers?
If you had fun watching this video, I highly recommend you check out the DIY Haunted Mansion tombstones that we made last year. Here's a link to the video.